Hello students, today in this video we are going to start with the SDL chapter, that is data handling. In this video I would be teaching you all what is data handling. Handling includes different types of graphs like bar graphs, pictographs and telemaps. But in this video we are going to learn about what is pictograph and what is bar graph. Also we would be solving a iconic session and also checkpoint question number 1 and 2. So let's get started. As I said, children, data handling includes different types of graphs like bar graph, pictographs, and many more. So first, let us understand what is data handling. Data handling is the way in which data can be represented graphically to give a clear idea of what it represents. It is easier to interpret and organize data using pictorial representation. So children, what is data handling? Data handling is when data is been represented graphically to get a clear idea. And it is also easy to interpret and organize the data pictorial in a pictorial form. Okay. Data handling includes pictograph, bar graph, and telemaps. Now let us see what are pictographs. The representation of an information through pictures is called a pictograph. So whenever an information is being represented using pictures or symbols, they are called as pictograph. Pictographs use relative sizes or show comparison. Pictographs are also called as pictogram, pictorial chart, pictorial graph, or pictograph. Let's start with the iconic session of our course book, page number 197. Now pay attention here. Sahil owns an electronic shop. He keeps a record of every gadget that makes him aware regarding the products in the stock and the ones that are out of stock. So Sahil keeps a record of every gadget, whichever products are in stock and whichever are out of stock. Now they have given you a table that shows the number of tablets sold in a particular week. So this table represents the data, how many tablets are being sold in a particular week in Sahil's electronic shop. Let us check. On Monday, how many tablets were sold? 120. On Tuesday, 100. Wednesday, 40 was sold. Thursday, 80. Friday, 60. Saturday, 80. And Sunday, 140. Now let us check this. Help him to prepare a pictograph using the above data. Now children, whenever you draw any pictograph, okay, there is a key. Always for a symbol, a key is been used. Can you see here down? It's written there, key. This rectangle shape represents 20 tablets. Okay, so each shape is for 20 tablets. How many were sold on Monday? Monday, 120 was sold. So this shape is for 20 tablets. So 120 divided by 20, how many this shapes you will draw? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then for Tuesday, how many were there? 100. So you will be drawing 5 rectangles. Then for Wednesday, it was how much? 40. So you will be drawing 2 rectangles. For Thursday, it was 80. So you will be drawing 4 rectangles. That is 80 divided by 20. So each rectangle is for 20 tablets. So 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, that will be 80 tablets. That is on Thursday. Then Friday, 60. So 3 rectangles. Then again on Saturday, it was 80. So 4 rectangles. And on Sunday, it was, let us check on Sunday how much it was, 140. So again, 7. Okay, 7 rectangles we have drawn. So this is the way we have represented the data of tablets sold in Sahil's electronic shop in a pictograph. Okay, now pay attention here. Another example. For example, students of grade 4 were asked which activity they enjoy in summer camps. The following pictograph shows their favorite activities. So, students of grade 4 were asked whichever activities they enjoy in summer camps like art and craft, dance, singing, martial art, skating and swimming. Okay? And they have recorded the data, favorite activities of grade 4 students. Now here children, can you see in this pictograph, it is already drawn, and here down they have given you the key as each smiley face is for 10 students. So let us see now art and craft, how many students like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 tens are 50 students like art and craft. Let us check on dance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 tens are 70 children like dance. Then 4 are for singing, so 40 children. Martial art, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tens are 100, so 100 children likes martial art. Then skating is 6 smileys, so 60 children like skating. And swimming is 5 smileys, so 50 children likes swimming. Now, observe the pictograph and study the answers of the following questions. Now, children, in this question, in the iconic session, we had drawn a pictograph, but in this question, in this example, they have already given you the pictograph and you have to answer the questions given looking at the pictograph. Which is the most favorite activity of the students? Which activity the students has liked the most? That is martial art. So you will write martial arts. Which is the least favorite activity of the students? That is singing. Okay, that is only 40 children liked. Then, which activities are liked by equal number of students? Which activity was liked by equal number of students? That is art and craft and swimming. Okay. How many students like skating? Skating, look at this. How many smileys are there? 6. So 6 into 10 is 60 students. What is the total number of students in grade 4? How do we find this? We will add all the smileys, okay? And then you will multiply by 10 because each smiley stands for 10 students. So 5 plus 7 plus 4 plus 10 plus 6 plus 5, that is 37 smileys. So 37 into 10 is 370. So total how many students are there? 370. Now pay attention here. Another example. The students of all sections of grade 4 were asked about the distance of the sun from the earth. The data shown below is collected from the students of each section who gave the correct answer. Make a pictograph to represent the data collected. Okay. So now there are different sections given: A, B, C, D, E, F. What they have collected the data. The data shown below is collected from the students that they have been asked about the distance of the sun from the earth. So now this table shows how many students from section A has given their response, from B, from C, and so on. So from A, 20 students, B, 10 students, C, 30 students, D, 20 students, E, 20 students, F, 10 students. Okay. Now pay attention here. You have to form a pictograph. Now, any symbol you can use, children, any pictograph, any picture form, or any symbol you can use to make a pictograph. Okay, here, as we have recorded about the distance of the sun from the earth, we have used the symbol as sun. So here I have written, it's written there, each sun stands for 10 students. Section A had 20 students, so 2 sun you will draw. Section B, 10 students, so 1. Section C has 30 students, so 3 sun. Then section D had 20 students, so again 2. Then section E, 20 students, again 2. And section F is 10 students, so 1 sun. Okay. Now, we will be solving our checkpoint question number 1, that is on course book page number 200. Okay. Now listen to me carefully. I'm reading the question. Students of grade 4 were asked about their favorite sport. Following is the pictograph representing the favorite sports of the students. So students of grade 4, they have asked which sport is their favorite, and they have represented that data in a pictograph. Okay. The favorite sport of grade 4 students: hockey, no one likes. Then cricket. Cricket, one symbol is given. And now your key is given as each symbol of that running girl is stands for 10 students. So cricket is 1, that is 10 students. Basketball is 4, that is 40. Soccer is 3, so 30 students. Badminton is 1, so 10 students. And football, 2 symbols are given, so that is 20 students. Now they have asked you the questions on this pictograph. Okay. Now answer the following questions. What is the total strength of the students of grade 4? How do we find that? That is 110. How do we find? We will add all this 10 plus 40 plus 30 plus 10 plus 20. That comes to 110. Okay. How many students have soccer as their favorite sport? How many symbols are given as soccer? 3 symbols. And 1 stands for 10 students. So how many students like? 30 students, right? Then which two games are equally liked by the students? That is cricket and badminton. Cricket and badminton both are liked by 10 students. That is equal. So cricket and badminton. And the D question, which sport is not at all liked by the students? Which is that sport? No one liked that. That is hockey. Okay. So children, this answers you will be writing in your course book, page number 200. Okay. This is a checkpoint question number 1. So this we have studied about what are pictographs, how do we draw pictographs using symbols, and how do we answer the questions based on the pictograph given. Now I will be explaining you all about what is bar graph. Now let us see what is bar graph. It is the way of representing data visually. Okay, bars are of uniform width. The widthness of the bars are same and can be drawn either horizontally, that is in sleeping line, or vertically, that is standing line, with equal spacing between them. So whenever you draw the bars, the bar graphs, it should be of equal width and it should have equal spacing between them. The length of each bar represents the given number of frequency. Okay, so the length of the each bar represents how many frequencies there for that bar. Let us study more about the bar graph. There are different parts of bar graph, children. Pay attention here. Bar graph has y-axis and x-axis. The line on a graph that runs vertically, okay, that is up and down, that is standing line through 0, it is used as a reference line so you can measure from it, and that is called, the vertical line is called as y-axis. What is the x-axis? The line on a graph that runs horizontally, that is from left to right through 0. 0 is there in between, and from left to right, the line which runs in sleeping line, that is called as x-axis. It is used as a reference line so you can measure it from that. Okay. Now, parts of a bar graph, it also has bars and scale. Children, how do we wrote in pictograph the key, right? For each symbol. Similarly, in bar graph, you will draw the bars and you will also write the scale. Now, what is bars? They can be horizontally or vertical, okay? The bars of a bar graph are used to show how large each value is, okay? Then the scale, a scale on a graph is what? When we use to measure the distance between the given coordinates, okay? Now pay attention here. Observe the bar graph shown below. Student activity. They have given you the students activity, like the activities are art and craft, dance, singing, martial art, skating, swimming. And here on the y-axis, they have given you the number of students. Okay, number of students. And they have given you the scale as 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. So 1 unit is for 20 students, okay? Because we have written as 20, 40, 60, 80, right? Skip counting of 20. Now, art and craft, how many students liked? That is 50. So between 40 and 60, you will draw a bar graph till 50. Then here, dance, 80 students had liked. So till 80, you will draw a bar graph. Then singing, 40 students had liked. So 40 students. Then martial art, 100 students. So 100, till 100, you will draw the bar graph. Then skating, 70 students. So between 60 and 80, this line is for 70. So you will draw till there for 70 students. And 50 will also come between 40 and 60. Here will be 50 students like swimming. Okay. So this was the bar graph which was already drawn. Now pay attention here. The number of students who chose dance as their activity is 80, right? The number of students who chose singing as their activity is 40. Then the most chosen activity is martial art, while singing is the least chosen activity. Okay, the most chosen activity here, that is 100 students had liked martial art, that is the most liked, and the least liked is what? It's singing. Singing has been liked by 40 students. Okay, now I have explained you what are bar graph and what does it represents and what are the different parts of bar graph. Here now we will be solving our course book page number 202, checkpoint question number 2. Children, pay attention here. I am reading the question. The average temperatures in Delhi for 6 different months are shown in the given bar graph. So they have been shown the temperature in Delhi for 6 different months. Read the bar graph and answer the following questions. Now, your children, they have given you the bar graph and you need to answer the following questions. Pay attention here. First, we will look at the bar graph, average temperatures in different months. So down here in x-axis, we have taken the months, that is January, February, March, April, May, June. 6 months we have taken. And on y-axis, we have written, it's written there temperature in centigrade. Okay. So and the scale given is as 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. In January, it was 8. So children, here till 5, here it is 5. So till here it is 8. Down to little down to 10. Then 17, little up to 15. Then 25, 30, 35 and 40 is for June month. Question A says, which is the hottest month? So children, which is the hottest month? When is the bar graph high? Which is the hottest month? June is the hottest month because there it was 40 degrees Celsius, right? Then, which is the coldest month? Which is the coldest month here? January is the coldest month because it is the less year, that is 8 degree. Okay. Then, how much more is the average temperature of April than February? So April is 30 and February is 17. So how much is the average of this? 30 minus 17 is 13 degree Celsius. Okay, so 13 is the average temperature between the April then February. Okay. Now, what is the average temperature in May? Look at May. May is how much? It is 35 degree Celsius. So children, your A answer is June, B January, C 13 degrees Celsius, D 35 degrees Celsius. Here in your course book, there is no place to write. Then you can write this answers in your course notebook. Okay. Thank you, children. So here we have completed our iconic section. We have also solved our question number 1 and question number 2 checkpoints of your course book. And I have shown you all what are pictographs, what are bar graphs. Thank you so much, children.